Hi YouTube, Sister Scaleback coming in for my week 24 gastric bypass RNY update. I started this journey June 16th. I had surgery at Toronto Western Hospital. Before my surgery, I was 361. That was my highest weight. After my OptiFast diet and day of surgery, I was 339. Last week I came to at 279, and today I am 278. So I lost 1 pound. That puts me at 83 pounds for my highest weight lost and 61 pounds from surgery. So not doing too bad. Next week will be my 6-month, or next week? No, sorry. Week after next will be my 6-month surgery. So hopefully I'll have a few more pounds to report then. I do know that I am starting to dabble in carbs. It is the season, as they say. And I did have, a few shortbread cookies, and yesterday actually after my TOPS meeting, I went for Chinese food, and I had a very bad dumping episode after I ate a spring roll that was very oily, and I don't know if it was the oil, the MSG, or combination of both. It was terrible. It was 30 minutes of agony, wishing that I could just keep from wanting to throw up, and then of course ultimately not having a choice in the matter and making a run for the bathroom. So dumping is not something that happens to me very often, but last night I don't know if it was the oil content. Another issue I have is I eat too fast. I still eat too fast. I cannot seem to, I don't know why my glasses are crooked here. But anyway, I cannot seem to, how about I just do this? That's even better. I can't seem to slow down when I eat. I eat too fast. And I used to think that the pain I was getting was from being full, but it isn't. It's actually because I'm not taking the time to chew enough. And I noticed that last night when I ate a bite of spring roll and I didn't chew it very well, and it actually hurt going down, and I felt it. So so even, I'm almost 6 months out, and I'm still not learning my lesson when it comes to some things. Let that be a lesson to all of you pre-ops and new post-ops out there. It's a constant daily struggle all the time. I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm going to put my glasses back on. Just deal with it, okay? It's crooked. Anyway, so yeah, dumping. That's the second time I've dumped. It wasn't fun. I don't want to do it again. I need to learn to slow down. I did have one non-scale victory this last week. My niece turned 19. I took her to the Cineplex VIP Theater, which... for anyone who doesn't know, it's 19 years and older to get into this theater. They come right to your seat and serve you, including alcohol. And so she had her first legal drink, because here in Ontario, the legal age is 19. So she had a sex on the beach and giggled while she ordered it. But anyway, she liked it. And it took her 2 hours to drink that drink. So I don't think she's that impressed with it, which is good. I, of course, have not had a drink yet, and I don't plan on it. Let's see. But I got down on one knee beside her to take a picture with her, and that 6 months ago would have killed me to do. So I'm really impressed that I was able to do that. A few issues that I'm still suffering with. I still have constipation, TMI. I do take stool softeners, the occasional Senecot. Even then, I don't think I'm drinking enough water, so I'm struggling to try and get the water, and I'm not eating slow enough. I have to try and I'm going to, as an experiment, I'm going to set my alarm on my cell phone and force myself to take a bite every 2 minutes maybe, and set the timer, because that seems to be the only thing I can think of. To try and force that. I also have not been going to the gym for the last few weeks. I got derailed. I got sidelined. I have a hard time saying no to people who need help. Also, my family. Also, it's just everything, especially this time of year, starts to build up and I start to get busy. And I know they're all excuses because honestly, if this is going to be a lifestyle change, I have to do it. You know, I have to commit and find the priority to do it. And I allowed for 2 weeks myself to slide out of the gym, and I feel terrible, but I've recognized that that happened and I'm going to get back. So definitely going to start going back to the gym. Another little shout out I want to give is to my brother. My brother is in Alberta. He works in a open pit coal mine, and they had to helicopter him out the other day for chest pains. But it turned out that it wasn't a heart attack. It's actually the fact that he has ulcers in his esophagus. Now, my brother did not have this surgery, but he has had all his life a very bad acid reflux. And he actually had to have a surgery twice now, once to revise it and fix it. That it kind of purposely puts a stricture into the esophagus to keep the acid reflux from coming back up, because whatever valve is supposed to keep that from happening doesn't work. So it's some sort of, and they put this mesh in there, and they well, it failed the first time after a few years, and so they had to redo it again. And now it looks like this second one, which is, I think he's had the second one done 6 or 7 years ago, and it looks like it's failed. He's been on a lot of pain medication because he crushed his foot at work about a year ago. And so he has a lot of nerve pain, and so he's been taking a lot of... Anyway, he has ulcers in his esophagus, and it really hit home for me because we deal with the threat of ulcers all the time. And especially, it's especially brutal when it's in the esophagus. So everything you eat and drink is going to burn and hurt, and there's the risk of it bleeding. And so I think I definitely am not going to drink. I need to stay away from secondhand smoke. I've heard people on support groups asking about, is secondhand smoke really that bad? Is it dangerous? Well, so far I have 2 friends who have developed ulcers from smoking after surgery, and my doctor reamed my mother out from head to toe about secondhand smoke being around me after surgery. My mother does smoke, but of course she's in Toronto. I don't live with her, so I very rarely, I'm around her when she's smoking. And she goes outside to smoke even in her own house. So, but in any case, yes, even secondhand smoke can cause ulcers, especially with a newly worked on pouch or sleeve, because you have raw stitching in there. So ulcers are on my mind a lot, and I wanna do whatever I can to try to avoid getting one. And to anyone who's ever had one, I'm sorry that happened to you. And maybe one of you could do an episode about ulcers, just talking about prevention and treatment, what all is involved in that. I know they give you something to coat your stomach or your pouch or your esophagus. But yeah, so that's all been on my mind. And of course, Christmas is coming, and busy running around doing all kinds of things. Now, a little update on my husband, Jerry. He is going through for the sleeve, as some of you know. And so next week, he's going to Windsor again for a nutrition class. January 2nd, he's going again to meet the doctor. I think January 6th he goes again. His appointments just seem to be coming like water. And when I was going through, it was like pulling teeth trying to get an appointment. So they've streamlined the process. I'm thinking he might actually have surgery by the summer, which would be amazing. So I'm happy for him. And he's facing the temptations of, the Christmas cake and the shortbread cookies and all the things that come with Christmas, goodie-wise. So I have decided to try and do a bariatric friendly New Year's Eve this year. We're going to have a tea party, so to speak, instead of anything alcoholic. We're just going to do a lot of different kinds of teas and bariatric goodies and invite some friends over. And I think that that's something that a lot of people could incorporate into their world, because New Year's Eve, Christmas is a very difficult time for bariatric patients to avoid all of those temptations. Not much else to say, guys. Lost a pound in 1 week. It's okay. I'll take it. I hope you're all having a great pre-holiday time and don't get too stressed out. We'll talk to y'all later, and I'm trying to get to those videos, guys. I'm back on YouTube and I'm watching, so keep making them. Bye.